Hello there, beautiful soul. I hope that this finds you doing well wherever you are checking in from. If you don't know me, my name is Gary DeAndre or Gangsta Guri, and I am here today to do a little unboxing video for the Wandering Star Tarot, created by Kat Pierce. Now, I have to tell you guys, I saw this deck and I saw the description for it because I got it before it came out. Listen, it just dropped on November 2nd, 2021, and the description of the deck is what stood out to me. On the back of it, it says, the Wandering Star is a compass for seekers and dreamers in search of the treasures that lie within the heart, mind, and spirit. With unique hand-drawn illustrations, keywords worked subtly into the design of each image, and a guidebook filled with hopeful messages, quotes, and spreads. This deck invites readers of all levels intuitively to work with the cards for insight and for guidance. So the beautiful thing about this deck is it's an 80 card deck, which means it has 2 additional cards from the original tarot. And those 2 cards are going to be the Mother Star and the Creator. So I'm really excited to get into this deck. The look of it, the pictures, the images are really, really beautiful. And part of the reason why I love this deck is because I feel like for beginners, it's going to be something very, very helpful because each card comes with the key words for the card or for the meaning of the card on it. So as I'm opening this deck, we're going to see what it's giving. We're going to see what type of energy it's bringing into the space. I'm loving the artwork already. As you can see, it's very ethereal. It reminds me of this sense of transformation. It reminds me of this sense of shedding our skin in order to be able to receive messages anew. So let's go ahead and get into, I love that the guidebook slash, description of all of the cards is really, really small. It's something that can be compact. So it's really great for you to travel with. Something you can pull, like if you're on the go and shit like that or stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Kat Pierce is a singer, songwriter, visual artist, self-proclaimed psychonaut, and spiritual evolution enthusiast. Known primarily for her music, she is one half of the sister band The Pierces and has also had success as a solo artist. Her songs have been featured in movies and television shows such as Pretty Little Liars, Dexter, Gossip Girl, Riverdale, and more. So I love that this is all about self-discovery. This deck is filled with hopeful messages, spreads, positive quotes that help us find peace, respect, and equality. So I'm super excited to get into this. Let's go ahead and break the seal. I love on the inside of this deck, it says there is a universe inside you. And that message, that tagline is something that is going to be consistent through the use of these cards, of this deck. Let's go ahead and see. We have the Fool is our first card. I'm loving the imagery, loving the colors, loving that we have some of the descriptive words for what the Fool means. So on this card, it says purity, potential, risk, innocence, and desire. So, when you're at the very beginning of your spiritual journey, right, and you're trying something brand new, there's a sense of beginning. There's a sense of, having your nose to the air, like, ooh, anything can happen. And I love that as we go through each of these cards, you can see that there's so much to be able to take in from the colors and being able to interpret the messages, right? And I love that we have so many different depictions of very strong women and femmes so far. I'm really excited to see, we've got the Emperor, okay, we've got the Hierophant, got the Lover's card. Oh, these cards are so beautiful. It reminds me of being tapped into very heavy earth energy. I'm not sure. I wonder if I'm not mistaken, Kat Pierce may have a lot of Virgo energy or a lot of earth energy. So this reminds me of being tapped into nature. I love the feel of the cards too. They feel very, very rich. You know what I'm saying? The texture of the cards feel like got money in my hands, got something exciting in my hands. Here's the Chariot. Let's get into some of these minor arcana cards as well. Here's the 8 of Cups. I've seen this image of the octopus when it comes to the 8 of Cups in different decks, but I've never seen it depicted like this. And when I think of the 8 of Cups specifically, it makes me think about all of the different options that we have in front of us. As it says here, change, shift are some of the key words. And then you can also see, with the different tentacles that are going out to different locations, what are you going to choose? What do you want to get deeper into? We have the 9 of Cups. Let's see what else we have. We have the Two of Swords. And I also love the imagery on the back of the card as well. I love that we have the eyes are really, really important. You know, the eyes are the windows of the soul, right? So it's like this deck is an opportunity for us to look into our souls and to discover ourselves. So actually, since the Three of Swords is right here, I want to see what it says in the book as well. As a reader, for me, it's always really important to understand the text and what the author of the deck is wanting to depict through each of the cards. So the Three of Swords keywords here are going to be heartbreak, sorrow, and grief. And in the deck, it comes with a quote from Victor Hugo. It says, "Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise." So this goes along with that meaning of heartbreak. As you can see, the swords are going through the heart. You know, they're piercing the soul, right? But also knowing that sometimes the truth will set us free. The text says, but it's also not always an easy process. Sometimes truth brings pain, heartbreak, and grief. Your perceptions have been clouded and confused, but the air is slowly clearing to reveal that things are not as you believe them to be. Perhaps your trust has been broken, or someone close to you is not who you thought that they were. While this is initially difficult to accept, your life will eventually be better and richer when these energies are cleared from your sphere. Time will heal you. Be patient and trust that there are blessings and renewal in your near future. I love the accessibility of the description of the card. And I feel like it's giving you a little bit of intention. It's giving you somewhat of like a mantra, and like, I see you and I want you to know that I'm coming to you with this message, and I want to drop it in your life in a way where you can access this and it's not something that's going over your head as far as the description is concerned. Makes you feel very connected to the meaning of the card. And as a reader, or even as you're reading for yourself, it feels like a message that's being specifically given to me. And I also love that there is a quote that goes with every single card and I believe this may be from an author. I may need to look up who Victor Hugo is. And I actually have another phone, so I can do that right here. But Victor Hugo, the former member of the National Assembly of France. He was also a French poet, novelist, essayist, and dramatist of the Romantic movement. So I love that we're getting this connection to history through us being able to take these quotes from very important people to our world's collective as a whole. I love this. Loving the deck, loving the feel. Let's see what the shuffle is like, because that's always really important for me. Oh, I love how it shuffles. It's easy to use in the hands. For me, I'm always looking for like a deck where it's like, you know, sometimes some decks, like the material that it comes on, sometimes it's really tough, or maybe like shuffling the cards feels very difficult, but this just feels very seamless. And ooh, a little card ASMR for you this morning. Oh, that sounds beautiful. So let's see, what message do we have just for us, just, you know, to wet our whistle with this deck real quick. Okay. We have the Magician, and I love this because I like to think of myself as the magician sometimes. Keywords here: power, action, and skill. So as we take a look at this card, right, some of the things that I notice is the Magician. Obviously, the Magician can be any gender identity expression that they want to be, but it's all about noticing what's around you and making magic, taking time to put some things into action and let some stuff come to fruition. I love that this is called the Wandering Star Tarot, and we see the star right here. This gives me very ethereal vibes, being very tapped into the heart. And I also, you know, because I love to read the messages that go along with it. So I'm just going to read a couple of words from it. It says, did you know that when you sweep away the clouds of doubt and fear and sink deeply into yourself, you are magic? This represents Mercury, a planet of mighty movement and action. So I love that this also teaches about the planetary system, talks about Mercury being a planet of movement, of action, of communication. It says, take advantage of this alchemical energy this card provides. It will help you transmute your shadows into the resourceful aspects of your being that they are meant to be. And the key word, the quote here, is from Roald Dahl. And I know Roald Dahl is an author. So I wonder if a lot of these quotes come from authors or come from, you know, different writers through time, because this is very powerful. It says, those who don't believe in magic will never find it. So I love that this is feeling like a very magical deck, okay? This is kind of what I already felt when I put the cards into my hands. I see myself using this in readings for clients. I see myself using this for myself to like start out my day. If you have been thinking about buying a new tarot deck, this would definitely be a great place for you to begin. So I would definitely suggest you checking this out. Hopping into the mystery, hopping into the magic, hopping into the insight that the Wandering Tarot is bringing to you. So listen, this is definitely giving me a 10 out of 10 deck. And I pick up some decks and I've used some decks along the way, but this is one that I can see myself coming back to regularly. So if you've been looking for a tarot purchase of some sort, getting to see the variety of energies, the variety of magic that comes with these, especially if you're a beginner looking for like a beginner type of deck, I feel like this would be great for you, okay? Thank you so much for taking some time to watch this. Again, my name is Gangsta Gurry or Gary DeAndre, and this is The Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. Thank you so much to HayHouse Incorporated for sending this over to me. This just dropped on November 2nd, so if you haven't gotten it or if you haven't heard of it, listen, hop online, hop on HayHouse.com. Find you a nice little deck, purchase her, and purchase some of the other decks that they have. Thank you so much for watching. We'll check in again very soon. Peace.